Hi, it's me, Vicky Marie, and I've just popped on here to do a quick video because I'm Mrs. Angry again this morning because you may have heard or may not have heard that Levi Bellfield, who was they called him the bus stop killer, or I did a serial killer Sunday video about him. I'll try and remember to put the link in the description box. He is in prison. He's serving a whole life tariff for various murders and assaults on women. And guess what? He's been given permission to get married in prison. So despite the one good thing that I think Dominic Raab, who used to be the Justice Secretary, ever did was block him getting married. But he's taken it through the courts and now he's being given permission to get married. Let's have a look at the I'll read you out the article. So, serial killer Levi Bellfield will be allowed to marry in prison. There are no current legal routes to block the marriage, the Ministry of Justice said, acknowledging the pain and anger victims' families will feel. Oh, well, that's good. So at least they acknowledge the pain and anger that victims will feel. Oh, gosh, just makes me so angry, It's like, let's have a look at this man. I mean, this is a vicious, vicious killer and an attempted murderer. He was the man that kidnapped and murdered Millie Dowler, who's only 14 years old. He's suspected of many more murders than the ones that he's actually being convicted for. So let's just have an actual look at him. Unfortunately, maybe it'd be better if we don't look at him, but just makes you angry, doesn't it? It's like you just wonder where's here he is. Yeah, it's all in the eyes. Let's see, just want to make sure that you can see him. Yeah, it's all in the eyes. What a horrible, horrible man. You can just tell. Now, I did mention in my video that he's very popular. Women like him. He's not had any shortage of women over the years. So, and they all said he could be very charming. That he was a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde character. I don't know. Just look at that face. He looks so cold and horrible. But but women liked him. Here's another one. That likes him. What? Why? Why? And this woman apparently said he's changed. Now, you're not just talking about someone who maybe, I don't know, she's talking about him as if, oh, well, he's changed. Like, maybe someone was a bit of a womanizer, or they like to drink or smoke, or maybe take a couple of, low-grade drugs or whatever, smoke a spliff every now and again. She's talking about is that he's changed, as if it's that he murdered all these women. He's serving 2 whole life orders apparently for the murders of Marsha McDonnell, Amelie Delagrange and Millie Dowler. He's 55 years old. So he had applied to marry his girlfriend, and for legal aid. He applied for legal aid to challenge a decision to block the marriage. So you've all of you that are in the UK paying taxes, you've paid for his legal aid to challenge the decision that was made that he could not get married. Yeah, and he received up to £30,000 in legal aid after his lawyers cited the European Convention on Human Rights and the 1983 Marriage Act. He'd been so the newspaper also said he claimed he'd been discriminated against after officers banned him from wearing an engagement ring. Oh my goodness, makes me so angry, it really does. Right, so this is what, so a Ministry of Justice spokesman said, under current laws, there are no legal routes to block this marriage, and we recognise the pain and anger this outcome will bring to his victims' families. Well, not really. It is what has driven our plans to stop prisoners on whole life orders from marrying in prison through our new Victims and Prisoners Bill, ensuring this never happens again. So the only thing I'm a little bit worried about here, sometimes these things can be used as a smokescreen. So like in sort of banning things like this happening again, because obviously the public are outraged by this. They don't want this to happen again. Sometimes it can be used as a smokescreen to bring in other laws, but you know, I'm certainly not interested in the rights of serial killers. I mean, who, you know, they didn't care about anybody's rights. Gosh, if you know, the families, oh, my heart just goes out to them, because you've lost your loved one is bad enough, and then to see the person that's murdered them, at least it must have been quite a good day, if you like, when he was sentenced to the whole life orders. But then to see that he's getting married and doing things like that. These were young girls. Millie Dowler will never get married. Or the girls that he murdered, they won't get married. Their parents have been denied, you know, watching their children get married. And now he's getting married. Anyway, so the Justice Secretary, Dominic Raab, said in March, as he was then the Justice Secretary, there is a history of vulnerable women who have become pen pals with serial killers or particularly nasty offenders who get into relationships, and then there is an issue around marriage. Right, I'm just going to close my. Do you know, every time I start a video, something happens. In the house over the road, they are doing something, I don't know. So they decided to start cutting tiles, which is pretty right in the middle of the video. Thank you for that. So, sorry. So, yeah. So, what do you think about that? That's like ridiculous. And then I think, so that this girl, a woman that he's marrying, I mean, it doesn't mention her name. I just read the other day about, you know, she was saying he's changed. Of course he's changed. He's in prison. He can't kill anyone anymore. You really think that if he came out of prison, he wouldn't do exactly the same thing again? Well, she's got some mental health issues, because she's marrying a man knowing that he can never come out of prison. So why is she even doing it? So she must have some commitment issues herself, because you know, I think sometimes these people, men and women, I suppose men do it as well, that befriend killers in prison, etc., and start off like a pen pal relationship with them. They know that they'll never actually be able to have a normal relationship with them, so maybe that feels comfortable and safe, and they just like the notoriety. I just don't know, why would they do it? Apparently she began writing to him several years ago, and then she became a regular visitor. Why would she do that? And where's the respect for these victims? Yeah, so exactly, you know, these girls, they never get to see their wedding day, but he will. And where will he? What? Oh, so we marry in the chapel, I suppose, in the prison. I don't know. Or will it be a registry? Well, so anyway, I just wanted to let you know about this. See what you think about it. Let me know what you think. Do you think killers should be allowed to marry in prison? I mean, I don't even know if Can any prisoner marry in prison then? Or is it just murderers, just people on whole life tariffs? I mean, when was that ever decided that it was okay? Just beyond belief, really. But anyway, okay, so don't go right into any serial killers in prison, please. You know, obviously, if you want to, you can. I can't stop you. But do you agree with me that it seems like a strange thing to do, to marry a serial killer in prison and say that he's changed? Does it seem strange? What do her family think of it, I wonder? I'm just thinking what my son would say if I said, oh, by the way, I'm going to marry Levi Bellfield, or I'm going to marry, you know, some serial killer. How would your family react to it? What are you doing to them? Surely they're not going to be very happy about it. Well, there you go. So Levi's going to get married in prison. Now, I wonder, because he has converted to a Muslim while he's in prison, because you get better food apparently, and you get let out more often, presumably to pray. I'm not sure, but anyway, he's one of these convenience Muslims that wasn't Muslim when he went into prison, but has converted to be a Muslim while he's in prison because he gets better conditions apparently. So what, will he have to have a Muslim ceremony, or will he decide not to be a Muslim for that day and just have I don't know, civil ceremony or whatever? Just crazy, 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 living in a crazy world. Okay, so remember to always live and love very carefully, and as always, I'll see you very soon in the next video, and until then, may your God go with you. Thank you so much for watching.